What's up, guys? It's Solo back with another video on the second channel, Solo 2.0. Now, when I'm posting this video, there should be one more day until the 2022 MLB season officially begins. And so today I'm going to be predicting the award winners for the 2022 MLB season. We got the MVPs, the Cy Youngs, and the Rookie of the Years. At first, I was going to do my record prediction or whatever, the standings and who I think is going to win the World Series. I was going to do that video and just throw the awards in at the end of that video or the beginning or whatever, you know, just throw them into that one. But I decided I'm just going to make a whole video dedicated to this. And then tomorrow on the actual opening day of the MLB season, I will post my full season predictions where I literally predict every single game of the season all the way to the World Series. Now, if you guys haven't, make sure to press the red subscribe button, sub up to the channel. We're about to hit 9K subs, so sub up, I would appreciate it, and drop a like in this video. Let's aim for, I don't even know, 50? Like 100 likes, I don't know. But yeah, smash the like button if you guys like videos like this. But anyways, let's get into it. All right, so let's start off with the 2022 AL MVP. And as you guys know, last year Shohei Ohtani won it. But first, I'm gonna tell you guys the odds. Some of the guys with the best chance to win the AL MVP according to, you know, the bettors, Vegas, whatever you want to call it. So at number one, we got Shohei Ohtani. Then we got Mike Trout. Then we got Vlad. We got Judge, Devers, Franco, just to name a few. And so the guy that I'm gonna be picking for my AL MVP out of this entire list is going to be the third guy, Vladdy. All right, so basically I prepared for this video. I wrote down a bunch of notes, so I'm just going to read off some of them. In 2021, Vlad had 48 home runs, and we already know Vlad was basically an MVP caliber player. I'm pretty sure he finished second. Like he probably would have won it if it was any other year, but Shohei just went off that year. He did too, but I feel like he just barely missed it. So Vlad, 48 home runs, tied with Salvador Perez for the league lead, 111 RBIs, which we know is insane. He also hit 311 for his batting average. Like usually guys can hit a lot of home runs or they can have a high batting average. They can't have both. And then you add on the 401 on base percentage, which led the AL. I'm not saying Vlad's gonna improve because, I mean, honestly, he probably will, but the numbers that he put up in 2021, again, 48 home runs, 311 batting average, an insane on base percentage. Those numbers are crazy, and I think he's gonna repeat and do basically the same thing again. I mean, if he improves, like, he's gotta be a lock for MVP. There's just no way. But yeah, I think the Blue Jays are gonna be really good, and I'm gonna talk about them more in my video tomorrow when I predict the entire season, but I think Vlad's just gonna lead them, and I do think he gets the AL MVP in 2022. All right, so rather than just jumping around to NL MVP, AL Cy Young, just flying through them, I'm gonna throw in some honorable mentions. So my honorable mention, my second place finisher for the AL MVP is gonna be Mike Trout. I don't even mean second place finish. I mean this guy could win it too. Like if Vladdy doesn't win it, then I could see Mike Trout getting it. I mean, of course, there's a lot of guys. I'm gonna mention a few more names, but Mike Trout's the second name that comes to mind. So in 2021, Mike Trout had 8 home runs, 18 RBIs, and he hit 333 with a 466 on base percentage. Of course, he did get hurt. He only played 36 games and he was still an all-star. Like, I don't even feel like I got to explain, you know, like the whole Mike Trout thing. Like we know he's one of the best of all time, but he really hasn't had an insane year since 2019 when he was MVP. And I think if Trout gets a full season under his belt, I think he's going to go crazy. I mean, we all kind of know he's going to go crazy, but he's definitely going to be in the running and I could definitely see him winning. Before we move on, I got 2 other names that I just feel like we can't leave out of the conversation, which is going to be Luis Robert of the Chicago White Sox, one of the youngest, best players in the game, and Jose Ramirez, who I feel like people are honestly sleeping on him a little bit. I feel like he's definitely a top 10 player, maybe even top 5. Now, I wouldn't say top 5, but he's probably top 10, and I feel like just there's some people sleeping on Jose Ramirez. He's definitely in the conversation for AL MVP in 2022. All right, moving on to the 2022 NL MVP, and once again, I'm going to start out with the players that have the best odds when it comes to betting. So we have Juan Soto, which he actually has like by far the best odds. Like he is plus 275. The next guy's plus 700, which is Acuna. I know a lot of you guys probably don't understand how odds work, but he has a big lead is what I'm saying. So Soto, Acuna Jr., Harper, Betts, Tatis, Freddie Freeman, and the list goes on. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really look at the odds before I made my picks, but my pick for NL 2022 MVP is actually gonna be Juan Soto, who does have the best odds. And quick spoiler, I'm not gonna be picking a lot of the people that have the #1 best odds for all of these, but it just so happens that my NL MVP is the guy with the best odds. So in 2021, Juan Soto had 29 home runs, 95 RBIs. He hit 313, 465 on base percentage, which led the league. He also led the league in walks by 34, and we know who he is. Like, he's a really good fielder, and honestly, one of his best, if not his best things about him is just his eye at the plate. Like, he just gets on base. He literally got on base almost half the time that he got up to bat. He's an absolute monster. I honestly think he hits more home runs. He had 29 last year. I think he could be more of like a 35 home run guy. But yeah, when it comes to like overall players in the game, he's probably second or third behind Trout and Ohtani, if you want to put Ohtani up there too. I got Soto probably third in the entire MLB. My honorable mention for the 2022 NL MVP is actually a guy that wasn't really up there with the odds for betting, which kind of surprised me, but that's going to be Trey Turner from the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you have a brain or you watch baseball at all, you know Trey Turner can literally do everything on the field. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, he can do it, and he's really good at it. In 2021, he had 28 home runs, 77 RBIs, which isn't good, but he's a leadoff, hitter. He hit 328, which led the entire MLB. He had a 375 on base percentage, which I feel like we could see that go up a little bit. 32 stolen bases, which also led the entire NL, and he led the MLB in hits and led the NL in total bases. So I think Trey Turner could be like a sneaky NL MVP pick for 2022. And then two other names I like is, of course, Bryce Harper, who won it last year. And then this one might surprise you guys. And him winning MVP sounds a little crazy, but hear me out. Francisco Lindor, maybe not winning MVP, but I think he's going to do really good, and a lot of people are sleeping on him. Lindor is going to have a huge bounce back year, and he definitely could be in the conversation for the 2022 NL MVP. All right, moving on to the AL Cy Young for 2022. Once again, we'll start off with the players with the best odds. That is going to be Garrett Cole from the Yankees, Shane Bieber from the Guardians, Robbie Ray from the Mariners, who won it last year. We also got Lucas Giolito, Shohei Ohtani, and Jose Barrios. All right, so my AL Cy Young for 2022 is actually going to be Garrett Cole from the New York Yankees. I'm a Mets fan, so it definitely hurts to say like picking a Yankee to win a big award, but I don't know. When it came to the AL, like, this was just one of the picks that honestly was the hardest for me to make. There's no one that I really love like at the top of the charts, and I just feel like the safe picks just to go with Garrett Cole, and I do think he has a really good chance. In 2021, he was 16-8, and I feel like wins, obviously, that's more of like a team stat, but definitely when you're talking about Cy Young, wins matter a little bit. He was 16-8. He had a 3.23 ERA last year, and he had 243 strikeouts. He led the AL in complete games and wins, and he finished second, fourth, second, and fifth in Cy Young voting in the last 5 years. So like, as long as he stays healthy, like, we know Garrett Cole is going to be in the conversation, and so I'll just pick him to win the 2022 AL Cy Young. All right, so my honorable mention for the 2022 AL Cy Young, and this is kind of a surprising one, but that's going to be Frankie Montas, who's currently on the Oakland Athletics. But let's be honest, the A's traded like every single good player that they had, but they didn't trade him for some reason. So I think he probably will get traded this season. It doesn't really make sense for them to keep him. Maybe they keep him, but I think Montas could be in a better situation this year. But he was 13-9 with the A's in 2021, which I just feel like is impressive to have that type of record with such a bad team. Well, they weren't as bad last year, but you know what I'm saying. 3.37 ERA. He led the AL in games started. I believe he had 32 games started, which is insane. He's just a workhorse, and he was top 20 in strikeouts for 2021. So I like Frankie Montas. He's young, and I don't know. I see the potential. I see the upside, and I feel like he'll definitely be in the conversation for the 2022 AL Cy Young, as long as he stays healthy, of course. All right, moving on to the 2022 NL Cy Young. We are going to, of course, start off with the players with the best odds, which we have Corbin Burnes and Max Scherzer tied at the top. Then we have Walker Buehler, Brandon Woodruff, Aaron Nola, and Zach Wheeler. So my pick for the 2022 NL Cy Young, and I'm honestly surprised that he doesn't have better odds, or I think that's what you'd call it. Like, he has the 6th best odds. I'd say he should be like top 3, top 4 at least for best odds to win NL Cy Young, and that's going to be Zach Wheeler from the Philadelphia Phillies. Again, as a Mets fan, this hurts me to say because I picked Garrett Cole earlier. I mean, I picked Juan Soto too to win NL MVP. Like, this whole video is just turning into like players that really like I don't like as a Mets fan. Well, I like Zach Wheeler, but he left us. Garrett Cole on the Yankees, Juan Soto on a division rival team. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I think Zach Wheeler is going to win the NL Cy Young in 2022. In 2021, he was second in Cy Young voting, 14-10 record, 2.78 ERA, which is insane, 247 strikeouts. He led the MLB in complete games, innings pitched, shutouts, and batters faced. Wheeler's a guy that gives you basically 7 innings every single time that he goes out for a start. I think the Phillies are going to be good this year. This is one of my more debatable ones. Again, he doesn't have the best odds. And so my honorable mention is actually going to be a New York Met. My honorable mention to win NL Cy Young is going to be Max Scherzer. I could pick him to win NL Cy Young, but I wanted to be a little bit different. I like what Wheeler's been doing the last couple years, especially last year. So I'm just going to give it to Wheeler, have kind of a different type of pick. But I think Scherzer definitely has a really good shot, so he's my honorable mention. I feel like I really don't have to talk about Scherzer because like we know what he's done. He has 3 Cy Youngs, I'm pretty sure, at this point in his career. He's 15-4 last year, 2.46 ERA, which is insane, 236 strikeouts, led the MLB in WHIP. And yeah, so right here I just wrote his Cy Young stuff. 3 Cy Youngs, 5 top 3 Cy Young finishes in the last 6 seasons. Like, that's crazy. All right, moving on to the last award, or the last 2 awards that we're going to talk about in this video, and that's going to be NL and AL Rookie of the Year. I'm not going to do Manager of the Year because I feel like that's kind of like win-based. I mean, I could just throw in a manager, but I'm not going to do it. But let's talk about the 2022 AL Rookie of the Year and the people that have the best odds to win it. So number 1, we got Bobby Witt Jr. Then we got Spencer Torkelson, Julio Rodriguez, Adley Rutschman, Shane Baz, and Jeremy Pena. Now, I'm just going to say this. I do know a lot about some of these top players, but when it comes to these young players and the players that are coming up this year, if you're not like one of the top guys, I don't know much about you. So I'm probably not the best when it comes to like predicting Rookie of the Year type stuff. But the guy that I will be picking for my AL Rookie of the Year has the 3rd best odds, and that's going to be Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. Again, I'm not going to speak too much on the Rookie of the Year or like the candidates for it, but I think Rodriguez is going to make a big impact for the Mariners this year. He's a player that could really do everything. He can hit for power, get on base, steal. He's good in the field. And so that's who I'm going to go with my 2022 AL Rookie of the Year pick. Now, talking about the other players, my honorable mention is going to be Bobby Witt Jr. from the Royals. He's the number 1 prospect in the top 100 MLB pipeline prospect. He's definitely going to be in the conversation, and he has the best odds to win it, so he definitely could. But again, I wanted to be a little bit different, not just pick all the favorites, and I do believe in Julio Rodriguez, so that is why I picked him. Other names that you really can't leave out, Torkelson and Rutschman, definitely going to be in the conversation. It's just, these are 4 players that are going to be really fun to watch this year, but I will go with Julio Rodriguez to win the AL Rookie of the Year. It's time for the last award of this video, and that's going to be the 2022 NL Rookie of the Year. And once again, we're going to start off with the players with the best odds. We got Suzuki leading it off with the best odds to win it. Then we got O'Neal Cruz, Hunter Green, Bryson Stott, Joey Bart, and CJ Abrams. So my NL Rookie of the Year for 2022 is not one of the guys at the very top. He is the 5th best odds, and I'm talking about San Francisco Giants catcher Joey Bart. This is a very strong organization. This is a guy that's coming in to replace Buster Posey, and Bart's been like praised highly for a lot of years now, and I just think he's ready. Like, I think he's gonna come in, he's gonna hit good, he's gonna be good behind the plate, and he is gonna be my pick. Now, if O'Neal Cruz was on the Pirates opening day roster, which I'm pretty sure they didn't put him on it, like I heard there was like a lot of like confusion, or not confusion, but like people were just mad that Cruz was not on the opening day roster, I might have given it to him, but I'm gonna go with Joey Bart to win Rookie of the Year. Now, my honorable mention is gonna be Suzuki. This is a guy that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people, especially Cubs fans, are really happy that they signed him, so he will be my honorable mention to win NL Rookie of the Year. Now, there's other names that we cannot leave out. We got O'Neal Cruz, of course, which I just mentioned, and then a guy that really doesn't have good odds at all to win it. Let me actually count. Where is he? He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, he's not that low, but 7th best odds to win it. I'm talking about Sixto Sanchez from the Marlins. I feel like he definitely, you know, if he has a really good year, he definitely could be in the running to win NL Rookie of the Year. All right, but yeah, that's gonna do it for my 2022 MLB award predictions. Again, tomorrow on opening day, probably early because I want to post it before the first game starts, I'm going to post my full season predictions where I literally go through and predict every single game of the season. I'm not going to show you that because the video would literally be like hours long if I went through every single game and I was like, I think the Marlins are going to beat the Brewers on August 3rd. Like, I'm not doing that, but I went through each of them just so I could get the team's records, and then I could do the playoffs better. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to predict the entire season in tomorrow's video. So if you like the baseball content, drop a like, sub up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.